Northwestern doing it again, winning on the road up in Minneapolis against the Gophers. What a crazy start to the season we've had.
Yeah, Eric, if you would have told me that Northwestern would be in sole possession of fourth place in February this year with a new coach and a new regime, I'd look at you like you're crazy. But that's indicative of how the conference has been thus far.
Now, Iowa, they're going to need something kooky to happen tonight for them to get a win. They haven't won here at State Farm Center since the late 90s.
Yeah, the gas cost 91 cents the last time Iowa came into State Farm, which was then Assembly Hall, and got a victory. So certain venues proved to be difficult for certain programs. This one has been very difficult for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
All right, it's going to be a border war. We got the first of two meetings between these two schools, Iowa and Illinois. We're moments away from tipping it off. Don't go anywhere.
What is focus? It's a wondrous sensation of clarity and alertness. It's owning your opponent. It's knowing beyond a doubt you got this. It's keeping your head down, your eye on the ball, and knocking it out of the park. It's getting in the zone. It's keeping on your toes, on target, on top. Focus is staring the world in the face and saying, bring it. Focus is power. Focus is life. And 5-Hour Energy is focus.
As a quarterback, I know how it feels to be blindsided. But with the available safety systems in this Buick Verano, like side blind zone alert, now that's pass protection. And rear cross traffic alert. Hello. I feel like the whole team's protecting me in here. If you don't know the innovative Verano, then you don't know Buick.
Now get 2 years of scheduled maintenance when you lease or purchase any 2014 Buick Verano. And with 1.9% APR financing, it's a great time to experience Buick.
Headed out of town for those big away games? Then book a clean, comfortable room for the lowest price of any national chain at Motel 6. That's what you call a classic layup. Count it. We'll leave the light on for you. Official economy lodging partner of the Big Ten Conference.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent.
Glad you're okay, Sarah. We'll take care of everything.
And the company that stands behind them.
Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Basketball on BTN is presented by 5-Hour Energy. Focus is the feeling of clarity and alertness. It's the feeling you get from 5-Hour Energy. And brought to you by State Farm. For auto, home, life, and banking, get to a better state. Glad to have you along for the ride. State Farm Center here in Champaign-Urbana. Alongside my partner, Stephen Bardo, I'm Eric Collins. Moments away from having our game's first tip. Before we do, let's take a look at the Buffalo Wild Wings starting lineup. First, the homestanding Fighting Illini. John Gross has started the exact same five through the first 23 games now on the season.
And Ravonte Rice is healthy once again. We saw that effort, 20 points in their last loss at Indiana.
Now the Iowa Hawkeyes coming off a loss midweek against Michigan State. They're going to throw out a familiar starting five.
Milsap Wasabi has come on lately. Got a case of senioritis, starting to bring it night in, night out.
Iowa Hawkeyes losing against Michigan State in overtime. The offense just was non-existent over the last 14 minutes of game time. Take a look at the keys for tonight's game, Stephen Bardo.
Well, Iowa, one of the better rebounding teams in the country. They want to come into this hostile environment and get this win. They've got to dominate the offensive glass. Illinois struggles to score the basketball. Everyone knows that. They need 4 players in double figures to end this 6-game slide.
Now the fans, they're in full throat. Orange Crush on a Saturday night. No place they'd rather be. Now, games around the conference already today in the books. How about this? The road teams in conference play, both with wins. Ohio State winning in Madison, Northwestern winning in Minneapolis out of conference. Now, Michigan State, they stubbed their toe losing against Big East Georgetown.
And so, once again, the unpredictability of the Big Ten shows its head again today. Northwestern is unbelievable going into the barn and getting that one.
Take a look at the standings. And who would have thought that you got Northwestern with 5 wins through 10 games? You got Iowa at 5-3, but they have the same amount of wins as Northwestern. So only Michigan and Michigan State with more wins than those Northwestern Wildcats. And Illinois, they're just a winning streak away from getting back into the thick of things.
Well, everybody's within a winning streak of getting back into it. And that's what makes this conference so difficult night in and night out.
Fran McCaffrey, left-hand part of your screen. John Gross. John Gross has never been associated with a 6-game losing streak in his head coaching career, which has now spanned 6 seasons. That was a do-over. This one a little bit better, and it's Illinois basketball to begin the game. Joseph Bertrand, 5th-year senior.
Illinois looks like they had a set play to try to get Nnanna Egwu on a lob, but good job by Devin Marble denying the pass.
Rice with the tough catch. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Disjointed offensive possession to begin the game for Illinois, and it ends in an air ball. So 33 seconds into the game, and Iowa will have the ball for the first time.
Well, Devin Marble's been playing with a high level of confidence. Let's see if he can continue that play here early.
Mike Gazelle is bumped by Nnanna Egwu. That's the game's first foul.
Nice job by Mike Gazelle on the recognition that he had Nnanna Egwu out of position and drew the contact.
Iowa played the last 14 minutes and change of game time against Michigan State with only 1 field goal. Their offense went stone cold.
I will say this, though. They were able to generate points from the free throw line, which a lot of teams can't do as well as they are.
Gazelle the miss, rebounded by Rice. Trying to get something in transition. Rice, a wild shot.
And you know when people will say, okay, that's a force. But when you're a team that's struggling to score the basketball, you've got to force the issue a little bit. Rice doing a good job.
Basabe has it knocked away. It'll stay with the Hawkeyes. You talk about the senioritis of Nelson Basabe. There are times when he's the best player on the floor.
Oh, and we saw it at Michigan when Michigan was able to beat Iowa in Ann Arbor, but Basabe in the first half was dominant.
Aaron White calling for it, working against Tracy Abrams, and the pass skips away from him. I think that's something that Fran McCaffrey may be interested in doing. Aaron White, such a good offensive player, only took 4 shots in the field in 37 minutes against Michigan State.
Well, you have a guy that shoots 62% from the field. You want him to be more aggressive offensively. Obviously, that's an indication that, 1, he can make shots, but 2, he has good shot selection.
Here's Bertrand, 10 on the shot clock. Turns the corner and puts it in off the window. Game's first deuce. Quickly the other way. Great pass. Oh, Woodbury with a chin up off the dime from Aaron White.
This is what Iowa does, make or miss. They run it back down your throat. They try to keep pressure on you. Excellent job of running the floor by Adam Woodbury.
7-1 Woodbury was the first man down the court for either side.
You know what, Adam Woodbury is very good defensively on pick and rolls, as well as just hustle plays right there.
There it is right there. A steal by Woodbury, and he's fouled in the backcourt.
You talk about a textbook fast break. The ball crosses the floor. Defense is not reacting. Adam Woodbury runs rim to rim. Excellent job by Iowa.
You talk about how good he is at defending pick and rolls. Adam Woodbury, maybe the only 7-footer in all college basketball that has more steals than block shots.
Hey, that says something right there. Anticipation skills. Also, scouting reports. He's studying his opponent, knowing where they want to go.
Now a poke away. The Illini want to run. Abrams denied front of the rim. And it'll be Iowa ball. Abrams thought he was fouled.
Tell you what, there's no tougher player in the Big Ten than Tracy Abrams. He's a warrior, loves to compete. I thought there was a little bit of contact there going to the rim, but you've got to finish that. Point-blank range in the Big Ten, no gimmies. Ask Maurice Walker earlier today against Northwestern.
Anna Egwu has left the game for Illinois. He's been replaced by Maverick Morgan. Egwu has 2 early fouls along that baseline. There's Aaron White and some of the many things he can do.
At 6'9", handles the basketball, excellent passer, really understands the game well.
Aaron White has a field goal and an assist. He's contributed on both field goals here for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
This is the young man for Illinois. He's got to be dominant with the basketball.
Rice picks up his dribble and misses the 3. White the long rebound. Deflection. And it's Iowa ball.
Now, you saw what happened. Ravonte Rice slowed up. Watch this. He starts coasting, and then in the last second, Gazelle is hustling. Ravonte Rice has got to go full speed for that basketball, Eric.
If your last name is Gazelle, you're always going full speed. 4-2, Iowa on top of Illinois.
I have a feeling we're going to have a few of those this evening.
Oh, Aaron White behind the defense. Give the assist to Devin Marble. 6-2, Hawkeye lead.
So when Devin Marble has the basketball, you have to be concerned with him being able to score. And yet he's able to set up his teammates beautifully.
Bertrand caught underneath, able to get a chance for the three-point play. Got some contact, made it with the left hand, and he'll shoot a free throw.
Watch the back screen right there by Woodbury. Joseph Bertrand gets caught by the back screen right there. Excellent job by Iowa.
Aaron White has 4 points, also has himself an assist. Breaking the action here in Champaign.
Some roads start early. Hours before anyone is awake. Months before the season starts. Years before the competition. We don't know where the road will take you, but we'd be happy to get you there. BMW, proud partner of the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic teams. We only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. Hurry in now for exceptional offers, and BMW will make a donation to Team USA for every test drive.
It's Valentine's Day. You gotta bring home chocolates on Valentine's Day.
You have to give her chocolates. No chocolate, big trouble.
It's Valentine's Day. You've got to give them chocolate.
Don't give her just any chocolates. Give her Russell Stover chocolates with the famous Russell Stover bow.
This is Trade Monster, award-winning trading platform, trading education, and powerful trading tools. No platform fees, no maintenance fees, and now get 60 days free trading. If you're an active stock, options, or futures trader, discover the power of Trade Monster.
The most important element of a healthy ship is trust. Without it, a ship is doomed.
You're lying to them for their own good.
This will be the fight of our lives. But on the other side lies paradise.
Black Sails. Watch new episodes each Saturday on Stars or anytime with Stars On Demand or DirecTV Everywhere.
You get 4th graders to exercise and like it. You followed your passion and started a business. You got your dream home for less than asking. You have 3 kids, a career, and never miss a carpool. Filing your federal taxes with TaxAct.com is easy, fast, and free. You got this. TaxAct navigates hundreds of deductions and credits for you. With e-file and direct deposit, you get your maximum refund faster, and all e-fileable federal forms are free. You got this. Go to TaxAct.com today.
Just getting started here at State Farm Center. Iowa on top of Illinois 6-4. Iowa Hawkeyes 5 losses on the year. This is what happens after their previous 4. If you take a look at the Allstate Insurance Mayhem Index. Following a loss, they're a perfect 4-0. They average close to 90 points per game, and they shoot a blistering 57% from the field.
So that means that's a mad hawk coming after the loss. I mean, that's pretty efficient number.
Now, 2 of those conference losses, the next game they played Northwestern. And you could have said, well, they played Northwestern and feasted on them. Well, hold on here. Northwestern's now got the best defense in the conference.
Right.
So those are actually impressive wins now for Iowa over Northwestern.
They are, because Northwestern's been able to keep most of their opponents under 60 points in this string that they put together these wins. So Iowa's showing you their offensive firepower.
Joseph Bertrand has all 5 points for Illinois. Hawkeyes still playing with their starting 5. Wasabi has the pass skip away from him, and it'll be Illinois ball. 4 turnovers in the first 4 minutes for Iowa.
I like John Gross's ability, he and his staff, to adjust to what's going on. Very difficult to play Iowa man-to-man. They go 10 deep. So Illinois using a lot of 2-3 zone early, trying to keep the Hawkeyes off balance.
Ickey's pass hit the bottom of the stanchion, but then glanced off a Hawkeye, so it'll stay with Illinois. Now a hockey line change coming on for Iowa. 3 subs into the game. Jared Utah, there is the big sophomore. Josh Oglesby and Zach McCabe. 3 native Iowans coming in for the Hawkeyes on that change.
And all 3 guys present problems for the Illini. Josh Oglesby, one of the better shooters in the Big Ten, but also very underrated defender. Zach McCabe, a senior, has been all through this conference with a ton of experience. And Utah, to me, may have as much upside as any player in the Big Ten.
Jalen Tate into the game now for Illinois. Tate replacing Abrams running the point. He's got the ball up high. Shot clock down to 6. Here's Tate, gonna have to hoist. And don't blame him, he was given the ball with 1 second on the shot clock. Marble the other way.
Good adjustment. Marble just didn't get it to drop, but beautiful adjustment maneuvering around the defense.
Ickey. Quick possession for the Illini. Everyone aware when Oglesby gets that ball.
Oh, yeah. You got to pick him up in the parking lot. He's got unlimited range on that 3.
Woodbury faces up against Morgan.
Utah has really struggled in the last 3 games, though, Eric. Only averaging 3 points.
Good start for Zach McCabe, the senior. Drills the 3-pointer.
Zach McCabe can do that. Can't hit the 3. Just hasn't found as much success offensively this season as he had previous season.
Bertrand misses inside. Woodbury gonna run the break. Now over to Oglesby. 3-pointer for the junior. And that's his bread and butter. Did it right in front of John Gross. Illinois has to call a timeout. Timeout on the floor. Josh Oglesby has made the lead 7 for the Hawkeyes.
The Motorists Insurance Group protects what you love and provides security when you need it most. Motorists Group of companies and independent agents in Big Ten country offer quality products backed by unparalleled claim service to protect your home, autos, business, and life. And because they have policyholders and not shareholders, serving your best interest is their only focus. This is Jim Jackson. Defend your peace of mind with a championship team. The Motorists Insurance Group. You know us. Member of the National Association of Mutual Insurance Companies.
BTN goes wherever you want it with BTN to go, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Watch live hoops on your computer, your tablet, or your smartphone. To learn more, visit btntogo.com. It's also available in the App Store and on Google Play. Sure came in handy for me this afternoon. I got a chance to watch Minnesota and Northwestern
Yeah,
on my phone.
I would have used it as well. I was lucky enough to wait here after shoot-around, and they had a screen down in the tunnel. Some of the staff and cameramen from BTN and I were able to watch the end of that game.
Egwu with a good catch of a hot pass and turns around and swoops it in. Egwu playing with 2 fouls, so a dangerous situation for him. And Egwu contesting the shot. Who's this foul going to be on? Oh, they call it on Revante Rice. That could have been number 3 on Egwu.
Jared Uthoff does an excellent job of catching and going. Didn't think at all. He's been, last 3 or 4 games here, I think he's been a little overthinking the game and not letting it come to him a little bit. So he struggled offensively. At that time, no hesitation.
Uthoff from Cedar Rapids. Good players come out of Cedar Rapids.
Started originally at Wisconsin and decided to come to Iowa. What a huge lift off the bench he provides, the Hawkeye.
Taking the backcourt with his buddy, Kendrick Nunn.
See right now, look at this defensively. Josh Oglesby at 6'4", 6'5", Marvel 6'6", Zach McCabe 6'6", 6'7", Utah 6'8", Olashaney 6'10".
And then the batted pass.
That length is very difficult to pass around.
Oglesby. Rebounded by Rice. Illinois making a concerted attempt to run the floor. And McCabe reaches in and just corrals Jalen Tate.
Well, good job by Tate. Trying to give Iowa a little bit of their own medicine, pushing the ball back up, looking for early opportunities against the zone. This is a very difficult zone to try to score against when they're set.
So Rice and Iki, upperclassmen, both go to the bench. Replaced by Bertrand and Malcolm Hill. So the only 2 starters on the floor for Illinois, Egwu and Bertrand.
Tell you what, Malcolm Hill and Kendrick Nunn are 2 very promising freshmen for the Illini.
Here's Hill. Took his time and is rewarded. A bucket off the bench for Malcolm Hill.
Still a very young freshman, just turned 18, so a lot of upside in his game.
Marble tried to turn the corner. Arm barred by Jalen Tate.
Watch Malcolm Hill find the crease in the zone. Flashes beautifully right in the middle, able to hit that short 10-footer. Malcolm Hill providing some bench production that's sorely needed by an Illini team that struggles to score.
After the out-of-bounds play, an open look for Oglesby. He misses, but Olashaney is fouled on the offensive rebound. Bertrand whistled for the foul. So we'll have free throws now for Olashaney.
2 shots, guys, 2. Gabe Olashaney is one of my more favorite players to watch in the Big Ten Conference. Averages about 19 minutes a game. But like he did against Northwestern, he'll give you a double-double in 19 minutes. So you're talking about instant production off the bench from a guy who gave you 14 and 10 in under 20 minutes. So you're talking about a 6'10" guy. He may be the fastest player on Iowa's team in terms of athleticism. So tremendous get for Fran McCaffery and his staff.
Olashaney had 7 blocked shots against Illinois last year. And had nightmares about the big wingspan of Olashaney. Hill misses inside. Anthony Clemens now into the game for the first time for Iowa. As Olashaney goes to work, trying to get that 3rd foul on Egwu. And they call the foul on who?
I thought there was a reach in. I didn't think it was on Egwu.
It's on Malcolm Hill. Iowa making a concerted effort to get the ball inside and try and pick up number 3 on Egwu. Foul called on Hill. Back to Champaign in a moment.
Anyone can fall in love with a brand new car. But keeping that flame burning for over a decade, that is a beautiful thing. Right now at Firestone Complete Auto Care, when you buy 3 Firestone Champion HR tires, you'll get the 4th tire free. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.
There he goes again, mixing sauces. Hot barbecue to Parmesan garlic and back again. You're not on the same page of the playbook, are you? It's time to speak up. Next time Loverboy goes to mix, set him straight.
We're gonna stop mixing sauces now, okay? Thank you.
Grab a seat. The game is on.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
DiGiorno or delivery? DiGiorno or delivery? Taste for yourself why the shortest distance between you and a delicious fresh baked pizza is your oven. Thankfully, it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Farming always looks forward. Introducing the Enlist Weed Control System, an advanced herbicide and trait system that will build on glyphosate for exceptional control of tough weeds. The next chapter begins.
When the game is over, our team breaks it all down. The Big Ten finale presented by Reese's. In-depth highlights, expert analysis, and insights you won't find anywhere else. The Big Ten finale presented by Reese's. Tonight, only on BTN.
Illinois trying to find some offense in conference games. It has just been a really difficult go of it, trying to get the ball in the hoop. These are the shooting percentages in conference games for the starting 5 for the Illini.
Well, the Illinois is primarily a jump shooting team, and they don't get a lot of driving opportunities unless Ravonte Rice can kind of force the issue. So in a conference where they play the type of defense they do here in the Big Ten, if that young man isn't aggressive as well as Tracy Abrams, it's a tough night for the Illini.
Olaseni shooting 2 free throws. He was fouled by Malcolm Hill right before that last break. That was the 6th team foul on Illinois. So the rest of this first half, anytime Iowa's fouled, they'll shoot free throws.
Well, their ninth nationally at getting to the line, free throw line, are the Hawkeyes, 30 a game. And second in the nation in made free throws at 21 or 22 a game. So this is their MO, putting pressure on the opponent.
Nunn goes baseline. Sophomore Clemens leaves for Utah. Abrams able to get himself to the free throw line.
Nice job by Tracy Abrams. Didn't look like there was much there, but put it in 5th gear to get to the rim and draw contact. These are positive possessions here, Eric, in terms of being able to get to the line, try to score, get Iowa into some foul trouble as well by putting pressure on them getting to the rim.
John Gross just thrilled to have Abrams healthy enough to give him extended minutes. As you see Hill and Nunn go to the bench. Iki and Bertrand back in the game. Last time Illinois played was last Sunday in Bloomington, and Abrams played just 13 minutes against the Hoosiers with back spasms.
Yeah, that's bothered him throughout his career. They don't know when they're going to come. Just strangest thing.
Olaseni offensive rebound. Nothing falling. Finally cleared by Rice. Golden opportunities missed for the Hawkeyes. And now steal. Clemens fouled by Rice. Rice turned it over and then picks up the personal foul.
Yeah, trying really hard there to make something happen with the defense looking right at him. There's 3 or 4 defenders back right there. So even if he didn't lose the handle, that was going to be a difficult play to make.
So bonus situation for Iowa. Anthony Clemens will come and shoot a 1-and-1. Jalen Tate back in for Illinois. Aaron White replaces Josh Oglesby for Iowa. Marble also back in for the Hawkeyes with Utah going to the bench.
So right now, danger zone for the Illini. This Iowa team can explode at any moment. And now with this possession can go up double digits.
White gets a friendly roll. He's made all 3 of his shots early in this one.
Now that seemed like a simple play, but very good timing by White to flash to the post. He knew he had a height advantage and just simple jump hook.
Egwu, pestered, loses it. Olaseni going to start the break. Now White inside, misses the leg. Oh, he got the roll. Was that tapped in, or did White get credit for the bucket? Either way, it counts for 2, and John Gross wants a timeout.
Gross is upset. I think he feels similar to you. Maybe there was some basket interference there. But good double team, and McCabe coming up with the strip. And the hesitation move.
Oh,
that's close.
Well, they give the basket not to Aaron White. They give it to Olaseni.
Yeah, that's like a little offensive goaltending right there. Surprised the officials not going to check the monitor on that. Right there, Olaseni. One of the angles we saw from the side. Our camera guys got that one. So right now, though, Eric, the Illini, let's take one more look. It's the best angle. I think he touched it.
Yeah, Olaseni got a gift. So the basket goes to Olaseni. The lead is now 12 for Iowa. And pressure in the backcourt, broken by the Illini. Extra pass, Morgan brought to the ground. Foul call on Olaseni. Just a good Big Ten foul. Morgan didn't particularly care for it. He'll shoot a pair.
You know, you see this all over college basketball. Players are taught to not let you score the basket. So if you get fouled hard, that's part of the game. But it's not just in the Big Ten. We see it all over the country. Guys getting upset when they get fouled hard. Let them come back and play 25 years ago when we played. You get busted in the nose and you're bleeding, and the ref looks at you like, go back down the court, man.
Well, you also needed that ladder there to get the ball out of the peach basket every time it went in, too, right?
Oh, you didn't see the highlights before the game, did you? There were no peach basket stuff when we played.
Morgan hits 1 out of 2 free throws.
Shoot, ask Devin Marble about his dad. Come on now.
Aaron White. Now this is Olaseni. Bumped by Morgan. That's how you get back, I guess, if you really want to. Morgan was fouled on one end by Olaseni. Now he fouls Olaseni on the other end.
And you see what Olaseni did. He's going hard. He takes the hard bump. He gets up and says, you know what? Let me concentrate on the free throws here and make it worthwhile. You know, this guy's got a unique motor. And the fact that he plays under 20 minutes a game, he can leave it all out when he's on the floor.
I like the fact that he wears number 0. His last name is Olaseni. He's got the big attendance an O, like Orlando Woolridge used to have O on his jersey.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
Olaseni.
Nice comparison.
That's right. Into the game, Austin Colbert. It's a guy who hadn't played in the last 3 weeks. Freshman from Chesapeake, Virginia, getting some first-half action, and Maverick Morgan taken out of the game.
So John Gross going to his bench was comprised mostly of freshmen. And this trial by fire right now.
Foul called on Devin Marble. That's 5 team fouls now on the Hawkeyes.
So the Illinois right now.
I apologize, that foul's on Aaron White. Ball poked away. It's going to be Iowa ball. 4-on-1. McCabe score the basket. Illinois keeps it. The lead is now 15 for the visitors from Iowa City.
That's what Iowa does to you. If you give them a glimmer of extending the lead, Marble doing a great job of anticipating the inbounds pass, starting yet another open layup for the Hawkeyes.
19-5 run over the last 6.5. Abrams gets inside, blocked away by Olaseni. What an absolute luxury it is to have a Gabriel Olaseni coming off your bench.
And look at the timing. He waits until Tracy Abrams about ready to release. Beautiful timing on the block.
And don't talk to Fran McCaffrey about Gabriel Olaseni being a project. He said, you know what, all credit to this guy. He is a flat-out player. We didn't turn him into something. He's been waiting to bust out all these years.
All the loose balls Iowa's coming up with. All the 50-50 balls, they seem to find like this one.
Aaron White thought about a three, instead gets inside. Basabe picks up the loose ball and throws it in. Lead is 17 for Iowa.
Well, they're relentless, aren't they? They come off the bench. Milsan Basabe back in the game after an extended rest, so he's going full throttle. Iowa 7 offensive rebounds. That was one of the keys that we talked about, having to dominate the offensive glass.
And a foul from behind. Aaron White got an elbow, and that's what caused the ball to get loose.
See right there, Joseph Bertrand thinks he has an open look. Olaseni last second on the block, and then Milsan Basabe doing what he does best, crashing the offensive glass.
Olaseni and White go to the bench. Uthoff and Woodbury replace them. So a new front wall for the Hawkeyes.
See, and I've said this before, Eric. This is why I think Iowa, along with Michigan State, probably have the 2 best chances of a deep tournament run just because of their personnel and depth.
Marble doesn't get it, but Basabe, the offensive rebound and tap back. Oh, this is just a blitzkrieg. The lead is 19 for the Hawkeyes. Eight offensive rebounds in the first 12 minutes. Joseph Bertrand, a glimmer of offense for the Illini.
Oh, and I like that decision by Joseph because you've got nothing to lose. You're down 19. You're a fifth-year senior. There's nothing to lose. Go ahead and be aggressive.
Sophomore Woodbury. His pass batted away.
You see Joseph hustling. Can't knock the ball away. They didn't get it back, but that's contagious for your teammates when you play that hard.
Shot clock down to 7. Marble forces one up. And another 50-50 ball goes to Iowa. Utah hits the 3. My golly. This Iowa Hawkeye team playing with anger. Jared Uthoff and the Iowa Hawkeyes doing whatever they want to do right now. Uthoff from deep. The lead is now 16.
Ask me about my pro football dreams. Ask me about my college days. Ask me about my inspirations. Ask me about my baseball career. But like anyone, I've got all kinds of dreams. Ask me, and I'll tell you all about them.
And I will do it for you.
Call Star Dreams to download the app.
Welcome back, everyone. 7:35 remaining first half. Jared Uthoff, a moment ago, hitting a three-pointer to make Iowa holders of a 19-point lead. We have an official timeout. We'll take a break. Back to State Farm Center in a moment.
Headed out of town for those big away games? Then book a clean, comfortable room for the lowest price of any national chain at Motel 6. That's what you call a classic layup. Count it. We'll leave the light on for you. Official economy lodging partner of the Big Ten Conference.
To ensure your seeds become strong stands, give your soil the right preparation before you plant. Improve your growing environment with agronomically designed equipment from Case IH, like the new Ecolo Tiger 875 disc ripper, engineered to manage tough residues and shatter root-limiting compaction for improved nutrient uptake and better stands with more fully developed plants at harvest. The world of farming is changing. Will you be ready? Learn more at caseih.com.
Yes, all points explode when the story was told. I dream about the cheddar, ice chiseled the dome.
I got the most amazing Valentine's gift. I thought it was incredibly thoughtful,
and really unique.
This Valentine's Day, surprise them with something different. Give Sherry's Berries, the freshest, juiciest strawberries, dipped in the finest ingredients. Choose from over 50 gourmet toppings, all delivered fresh to any home or office on Valentine's Day.
They were delivered to my office, and everyone was so jealous.
With this special offer, get a signature gift box of Sherry's Berries for just $19.99. That's a savings of more than 40% off the regular price.
It's a great deal, and she loved them.
Go to berries.com, click on the mic in the upper right corner, and enter code STRIKE. Get these amazing strawberries for just $19.99. But hurry, this amazing deal is for a limited time only.
You can't go wrong sending a box of Sherry's Berries.
Remember, berries.com. Click the mic and enter code STRIKE or call 888-SWEET-90.
Welcome back. 7:35 remaining in our first half. Iowa up early against Illinois. Right before our last break, the ball went through the basket. It was a three-pointer by Jared Uthoff.
Now watch
and
right here.
a foul call on Bertrand.
Right there. So they got tangled up a little bit. The officials went to the review, and they thought about calling a double foul, but they only saw enough contact from Joseph Bertrand, so it's a 1-and-1 for Adam Woodbury. Take a look right here as they get tangled up. And so no double foul, just a personal foul on Joseph Bertrand.
And that's now 2 fouls on Bertrand, who's been the best offensive hope for Illinois. He has 8 of their 13 points. Woodbury shoots free throws at a 71% clip. You'll take that out of your big man. Makes them bold. So it's the largest lead. 21-point bulge for the Hawkeyes. Illinois back with their starting 5 on the floor, trying to get a spark.
Look at the defense of Devin Marble denying Levante Rice the basketball.
And Bertrand is fouled by Basabe. And Bertrand will go to the free throw line.
Joseph is remaining aggressive. Levante Rice cannot seem to shake Devin Marble. Marble doing an excellent job of total denial for Illinois' leading scorer.
9 points for Joseph Bertrand.
And when you're in this situation, Eric, and you're 20 down in the first half, you just got to look at each possession and try to win that particular possession. You're not going to be able to get it all back at one time, especially against the 12th ranked Iowa Hawkeyes. You've got to chip away at this and have more positive plays than negative moving forward. Cannot get caught up in the score right now.
Contested shot, Clemens misses, rebounded by Rice.
You hit it on the head, contested shot by Clemens, and that's what happens. Teams that get up double digits like that, sometimes they relax, and he wants to put up a heat check.
Offensive rebound, Iki. He's quickly tied up. Alternate possession arrow is going to give it back over to the Hawkeyes.
Illinois trying to go into a little three-quarter court pressure here. 2-2-1. Trying to change the flow of this game.
Steve, I just want to go back. You said a moment ago that you thought that Iowa and Michigan State have the best potential to make a run in the NCAA tournament. What about the team that's unbeaten in conference play, Michigan?
I think Michigan is excellent. Don't get me wrong. But when you look at depth and you look at styles of play, I just think Iowa and Michigan State, when Michigan State is healthy, they have as much depth as anyone in the country.
Uthoff has to fire. They've been goaded into that. The Orange Crush student section here was giving him a bad count.
Yep.
He thought that the shot clock was down to 1 when it really was at 5, and he fired it up.
And that's why you have to be aware of what's going on. That's why the shot clock is on top of the backboard. So you look up real quick and figure out, hey, they give me a bad count.
Iki. Oh, they needed that. Illinois trying to get back into it. They go to the grad student, John Eakey, for three. 41st three-pointer made by Eakey. Woodbury bottled up.
Got to remember, Nana Egwu and Joseph Bertrand with 2 fouls right now. They can't be overly aggressive.
Ooh, fastball fumbled out of bounds by Basabe. Utah tried to sneak that one in there. 5 turnovers now for the Hawkeyes. Well, after the game, it's an all-new episode of The Journey. Big Ten Basketball 2014. We'll give you an insider look at the premier basketball conference and the people who live it. Tonight, right after the game on BTN.
Must-watch television each week. They'll be talking about Aaron White in this segment with his ability to cook. He's into health food. He's eating healthier. He said it's made a big difference in his game. For a guy of his age to be able to do that, that's impressive.
Oh, that's a man's move right there. Ravonte Rice inside and finishes with power.
No hesitation whatsoever. They've been a little hesitant in the first half. They're denying the basketball. Watch the rip. Gets through, gets shoulders equal to Marble. He's too strong at that point to deny at the rim. Nice job by Ravonte Rice.
First field goal for the junior from right here in Champaign. That foul's on Woodbury, his second. And a foul going for the rebound. It's called on Maverick Morgan. Trying to get the ball away from Olasheni. So we'll come the other way. We're in the double bonus, so 2 free throws for Olasheni.
Take a look here. Right?
Oh, like his left arm may have grabbed the shoulder.
Let's see if Olasheni can take advantage of it.
Nana Egwu replacing Maverick Morgan. Morgan and Egwu, both with 2 fouls. Trying to corral Olasheni and Woodbury.
Okay, so Olasheni and Woodbury, very good free throw shooter. So you can put either one in the game down the stretch because you're not afraid of them getting foul trouble because they can step up and convert.
Eakey pestered by McCabe. Gets inside, score the goal, and he's fouled. Illinois trying desperately to get back into this one.
Well, remember when they were down 20, I said you can't get it back in one possession. You just have to chip away at it. And what we've seen, the Illini have gotten aggressive. They're not settling for jumpers. They're getting to the rim, putting pressure on the defense. Nice job by John Eakey.
2 fouls now on Zach McCabe. And one thing the Illini could do better at, shoot some free throws. There's just a 50-50 proposition so far in this one. They've made 4 and missed 4.
That's when you're struggling and you're in a losing streak. You've got to sort those areas of the game. You have a very small margin for error for Illinois, especially against a team like Iowa. So you've got to convert those opportunities.
And a foul called against Iowa. Jared Utah. Whistle trying to set a screen and get Oglesby loose.
Right here, Utah trying to give up his body to get himself free. Call for the foul. But you know what? I like him willing to give up his body because he's not big. Jared Utah. But he's trying to use his body to get his teammate freed up. You got to love that in the teammate.
Eakey. Rebounded Oglesby.
Nice job by Ravonte Rice of stopping the basketball at the time on the outlet. See, if you're Illinois, you still got 4 minutes in the first half. You get a couple stops. Psychologically, you get this thing to single digits. You feel a lot better about yourself.
Gazelle inside, no whistle. Now Abrams. The line out will start all over again. Rayvonte Rice gets the screen from Egwood. Bertrand fouled from behind. He'll go to the free throw line. Maybe, just maybe, John Grossen is fighting a line. I have figured something out. There at the free throw line when we come back.
As a quarterback, I know how it feels to be blindsided. But with the available safety systems in this Buick Verano, like side blind zone alert, now that's pass protection. And rear cross traffic alert. Hello. I feel like the whole team's protecting me in here. If you don't know the innovative Verano, then you don't know Buick.
Now get 2 years of scheduled maintenance when you lease or purchase any 2014 Buick Verano. And with 1.9% APR financing, it's a great time to experience Buick.
Our mortgage payment is too high. I think we should challenge.
You got it.
We will now go to the official mortgage review from Quicken Loans. Upon official mortgage review, Quicken Loans can save them over $200 per month.
It's good! Oh, now that's a lot of savings. Boomski! Challenge us to save you money with the official mortgage review from Quicken Loans.
In my world, Wall isn't a street.
Return on investment isn't the only return I'm looking forward to.
For some, every dollar is earned with sweat, sacrifice, courage. Which is why USAA is honored to help our members with everything from investing for retirement to saving for college. Our commitment to current and former military members and their families is without equal. Start planning your future. Get the guide that meets your needs today.
This week on The Journey.
Iowa was searching for its first signature win of the season. They got it.
It's crazy. I'm down to 3 months. And I'm out of here. One of the things that's helped me be successful here are people like my sister.
Gary Harris. Definitely I look up to as a big brother. I've known him since I was 9 years old.
We would mess around like, what if I went to Michigan State and I go to Michigan, we're gonna be rivals. Funny thing is, that ended up happening.
Welcome back, everyone. State Farm Center. Stephen Bardo, you got some players heating up for me.
Yeah, DJ Newbill, 25 points at Ohio State with a couple of huge threes to get them into overtime and to win it. Drew Crawford and Trey Demps playing extremely well. Trey Demps with a key three-pointer at Minnesota in their win today. And Darren Walton Jr. really starting to come into his own. The freshman, the game is starting to slow down for him. His production has been stellar along with Stauskas for Michigan.
You talk about Trey Demps. As a shooter, that hoop is looking like the size of a manhole cover for him lately.
Yeah, because that
throws everything in.
That crossover three with time running down the shot clock within the last minute of the game at Minnesota today was clutch.
Oh. That guy's just dripping with confidence.
And I asked him after the game about him being the next Vinnie Johnson. He didn't know who he was.
Oh, come on.
He wasn't born. I got to see, I was dating myself. I got to remember. I got to get guys that they know about.
What about Mikan? Bertrand hits the first, and hits the second. That's a rare sight. A couple of free throws go down for the Illini. Bertrand, a solid first half, 12 points. He's already 2 over his average. Marble controlling the action.
So where does Iowa go right now to get their score?
Well, they haven't scored in over 4 minutes of game time. I say Marble.
I like that choice.
Here is Marble. And he's called for carrying the basketball. That's a move both he and his dad have gotten away with probably hundreds of times in the conference, but not tonight.
Going for the spin, trying to get past Joseph Bertrand. It gets called for the carry. Now, all of a sudden, we look up with 3 minutes and a half. Illinois could cut this to 10 or less.
Now, I know Iowa's a great free throw shooting team, and they get to the free throw line frequently. But they do have large periods in which they don't score field goals, and they get almost exclusively free throw attempts. That happened a couple of nights ago against Michigan State. Rice inside, finishes with the left hand.
Ooh, we call that a grown man move. That was offhand away from the defense. Ravonte Rice starting to heat up.
2.5 to play, first half. Hawkeyes looking for some offense. Ball kicked out of bounds by Ickey.
Well, Iowa's seen this before when Ravonte Rice was playing at Drake. Had a chance to play against him a couple times. And his ability to get to the rim. One of the better drivers in the Big Ten attacking the rim.
Morgan replaces Egwu. Morgan, Egwu, Rice, and Bertrand all with two fouls here in the first half for Illinois. And Olaseni is fouled. 2 more free throws for Gabriel Olaseni.
Nice cut by Gabriel right to the rim. Johnny on the spot. There's certain players that have a nose for the rock. He's definitely one of them.
After these 2 free throws, that's going to be 10 free throws shot for Olaseni here in this first half. He shot 9 free throws against Xavier earlier in the season, but that's his high for a game. Now coming up at the half, State Farm halftime report. Full house for you. Dave Revson, Steve Smith, Mike DeCourcy standing by. Lots to talk about. How about this pearl? 7 games played in the conference this week.
Yes.
5 of the 7 have been won by the road team. And we're not talking about just random games. We're talking 2 wins for road teams in the Kohl Center. That's usually where road teams go to die.
Yes. They haven't lost 3 games in the Kohl Center in 3 years. What they've done, they've lost 3 in the Big Ten slate already.
Josh Oglesby called for the personal foul. Illinois is going to play the final 2:17 without Ravonte Rice on the floor. I can guarantee you that. He has 3 personal fouls now.
And that's what happens when you are trying to dig into such a big lead. And you have to exert so much energy. You have to try to take chances. And when you're taking chances, you get out of position defensively. And a good team like Iowa, they'll take advantage of that.
So Rice adding water.
Hot water, I'm sure, right?
Abrams hits 2 free throws. His first 2 points.
That's why I love calling games here. Got to stay on your toes.
Nunn trying to stay with Marble. Splits the double team. And an offensive foul. Oh, Marble incredulous.
I'll tell you what, though, that might have been the prettiest charge I've seen in a while. Splits the defense. Looked like he jumped to the right of John Ickey that time. Let's take a look. Yeah, it kind of looked like Devin Marble got to the right of John Ickey. That's a tough break for the Hawkeyes.
Illini down 10. Malcolm Hill back into the game. Hill had a solid handful of minutes earlier this half. Rainbow 3! And he nets it. Gazelle loses it. In trouble. We've got a tie-up. Illinois ball.
And Malcolm Hill, they say youth is bliss. And on the other side, the Bulldog, Tracy Abrams, getting after it defensively, forcing the turnover. I'm going to tell you something, Eric. You got to tip your hat to this Illini team. They've lost 6 in a row. They're hosting the number 12 team in the country. They were down 20 points. They could have easily packed it in. And they have closed this gap fairly quickly here in the first half.
John Gross says he loves this year's team. These guys still like to practice. They like being around each other. They like being coached. There'll be better days for the Illini. Lefty jumper. Nunn got it!
finally giving their fans something to cheer about. The freshman hookup from Belleville to Simeon. Malcolm Hill, crossover, kicks to Kendrick Nunn in the corner. Nice execution by the freshman. Illini on a 21-4 run to get back into this one.
State Farm halftime report coming your way. Dave Remsen, Steve Smith, Mike DeCourcy going to talk about Northwestern winning on the road, about Ohio State winning on the road, about Michigan State playing out of conference. Kind of a weird time to be playing a team from the Big East. Michigan State did today against Georgetown with a surprising result.
Well, if you think about it, though, so Georgetown runs a Princeton-ish offense. Northwestern no longer runs Princeton-ish offense. You may see that in the NCAA tournament. I like that move by Tom Izzo.
Tom Izzo playing chess when everyone else is playing checkers. Gazelle inside, blocked by Morgan, number 3 on the freshman.
This looks simple. It was such a heady play by Mike Gazelle, knowing that his team needs buckets, they need production. He gets to the hole, puts pressure on the D, and gets to the line. Mike Gazelle, valedictorian in high school, straight A student, business major. I'm going to see him when he graduates. He can give me a loan.
Jalen Tate coming in. You just got to address this at times. The Iowa Hawkeyes, last time they played, on Tuesday against Michigan State, they played the last 14 minutes and 55 seconds of game time with 1 field goal. Stephen Bardo, they have 1 field goal. No field goal since the 7:37 mark. So they've gone over 7 minutes in today's first half without a field goal.
Yeah, I think sometimes that points to the defensive level of the Big Ten overall. You're talking about Michigan State and Illinois, 2 very good teams defensively.
Now they do have 40 points. They're getting to the free throw line and making it. Right. But it just is such a weird way to play the game of basketball when there's large stretches of the game when you actually don't make a field goal.
But they're still in the lead, and they were able to get to overtime against Michigan State when they didn't score those field goals. So they still can manufacture points.
Tough shot by Clemens. Rebounded inside by Hill. Hurrying up the other way. None! Oh, man, denied by the rim. We do have a foul.
Oh, they called a foul when Kendrick Nunn went in for the dunk. Take another look. Oh, wow. That was a late call. Nunn was already on the floor when John Gaffney's arm went up with the foul call.
Foul is on Gazelle. 2 free throws for Nunn.
That's a tough break for Gazelle because it looked like he got pushed from behind by Olaseni and lost his balance. And his momentum took him into Nunn as Nunn was going in for the dunk.
Nunn can make this a 4-point game. What a comeback for the Illini. They were left for dead. Down 21 points here in this first half, but they come storming back. We've got a game after 20 minutes. It's a 40-36 lead for the Hawkeyes. Now let's take you to the State Farm halftime report.
A 21-point lead for Iowa, down to 4 as we welcome you in the State Farm halftime report. Dave Revson, Mike DeCourcy, the Sporting News, and Steve Smith. And this was a game where early on it looked like Iowa might just blow Illinois out of the State Farm Center, and they did it by attacking the glass, Steve.
Yes, Dave. I mean, at the beginning of this game, they weren't knocking down shots, but they were getting on the offensive glass, getting putbacks, keeping the basketball alive. And, yes, we're talking about just the beginning because it was all Illini after this. You can see Iowa, though, they're relentless of keeping it going. And then off the missed free throw by Clemens, tap it out. get another chance to reset their offense, and you can see the score right now, 27-10. Attack, attack, attack in this. All 4 or 5 Iowa players just getting on the glass after the miss, getting second shots, but after that, it all turned toward Illinois.
What a tremendous run for Illinois, and I don't think you can overstate how important it was that Illinois get back in that game in that way. 6-game losing streak already, down big at home. It was really getting ugly, and then the three-pointers started to drop. John Eakey, Kendrick Nunn, Rayvonte Rice. 5 different players scored during that run. So a team that was losing its confidence on offense, frankly had lost its confidence, regained it, and really got back into the game.
Yeah, again, the way that they got it done, they need to see shots go through the net with the struggles they've had offensively. This is a place where Iowa has not won since 1999, and they are going to have some work to do to escape with a victory here, as this one is anybody's game as we head to the second half. We want to update you on the rest of the action as well from throughout the Big Ten today. 3 prior games, including some upsets to tell you about. It's the State Farm Halftime Report. More highlights, some analysis from the guys coming up.
Yeah, I'm married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
See how the events of the week in the Big Ten impact college basketball's national landscape as the conference's finest continue their quest for a championship. Big Ten basketball and beyond, presented by the Motorist Insurance Group. Tomorrow on BTN.
Who doesn't like getting chocolate on Valentine's Day? That heart-shaped box of chocolate says it all. And it makes us feel very special. It really does. I want Russell Stover's for my Valentine.
Don't give her just any chocolates. Give her Russell Stover chocolates with the famous Russell Stover bow.
Some roads start early. Hours before anyone is awake. Months before the season starts. Years before the competition. We don't know where the road will take you, but we'd be happy to get you there. BMW, proud partner of the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic teams. We only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. Hurry in now for exceptional offers, and BMW will make a donation to Team USA for every test drive.
The big cable and phone companies are slowly digging ditches to bring you high-speed internet. And you're left to wait. Well, we're not waiting. We're taking technology to new heights. And not just for some, for everyone in every corner. Today's internet is not a luxury, it's a necessity. You can't wait for high-speed internet. And thanks to the world's fastest growing network, you won't have to. The future can't wait. Welcome to the Ubiquity World Network.
So I was reeling her in, and that fish was that big. No, it's only that big.
I gotta find myself a nice country girl already.
On that thing?
Yep, on farmersonly.com.
Wow, she sure is pretty. And she likes to fish, too.
Boys, I found myself a date. Gotta go.
I'm telling you, that fish was this big. What's the name of that dating site again?
farmersonly.com.
You don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com.
Hawkeyes over the Illini by 4. Some earlier action in the Big Ten. A couple desperate teams, Ohio State and Wisconsin, and they played with desperation down the stretch, particularly Aaron Kraft, who came up with 2 huge hoops late. That one tied it at 55. Now with Wisconsin down by 1, the Badgers can't get anything going. End up with an off-balance shot by Sam Decker that doesn't go. That's 3 straight home losses for Wisconsin. First time ever under Bo Ryan. They will be in Champaign on Tuesday night. Michigan State going out of conference to take on Georgetown at Madison Square Garden. Gary Harris was tremendous. He had 20. Michigan State within 2 at that point, but the Spartans gave up a ton of offensive rebounds. Jabril Trawick with the nice follow there. Georgetown up by 4. And Michigan State also very sloppy with the ball. Denzel Valentine here with the indecision that turns into a turnover. Remember, no Adrian Payne, no Brandon Dawson, but still a tough loss to what had been a struggling Georgetown team, 64-60 the Hoyas are winners. But we've got a tight one in Champaign. Aaron White, 6 first-half points. Hawkeyes up by 4. We continue on our halftime next.
DiGiorno or delivery? DiGiorno or delivery? Taste for yourself why the shortest distance between you and a delicious fresh-baked pizza is your oven. Thankfully, it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
To ensure your seeds become strong stands, give your soil the right preparation before you plant. Improve your growing environment with agronomically designed equipment from Case IH, like the new Ecolo Tiger 875 disc ripper, engineered to manage tough residues and shatter root-limiting compaction for improved nutrient uptake and better stands with more fully developed plants at harvest. The world of farming is changing. Will you be ready? Learn more at caseih.com.
I don't just make things for a living. I take pride in them. So when my moderate to severe chronic plaque psoriasis was also on display, I'd had it. I finally had a serious talk with my dermatologist. This time, he prescribed Humira, adalimumab. Humira helps to clear the surface of my skin by actually working inside my body. In clinical trials, most adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis saw 75% skin clearance. And the majority of people were clear or almost clear in just 4 months.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal events such as infections, lymphoma, or other types of cancer have happened. Blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure have occurred. Before starting Humira, your doctor should test you for TB. Ask your doctor if you live in or have been to a region where certain fungal infections are common. Tell your doctor if you have had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have symptoms such as fever, fatigue, cough, or sores. You should not start Humira if you have any kind of infection.
Make the most of every moment. Ask your dermatologist about Humira today. Clearer skin is possible.
Coming from Ontario, Canada to play soccer here at the University of Iowa took some getting used to. It was the little things, like calling the locker room the washroom. My teammates would poke fun of me. But out on the field, they made me feel right at home. In my first 2 years, I contributed right away as a goal scorer. I'd say I adjusted pretty well, because out here, soccer's the same, no matter where you're from.
The remarkable story that is Northwestern's turnaround continued today at Williams Arena, taking on Minnesota. Austin Hollins with the jam there to tie it at 50, but you heard Stephen Bardo singing the praises of Trey Demps. He is so clutch. It's a huge 3 here. He had 11. Wildcats up by 3, and then they dodge a bullet late with a 1-point lead. The miss by DeAndre Matthew. Mo Walker, point-blank range, can't get it to go. 3rd straight conference road win for Northwestern. That is the first time they have pulled that off in 54 years. And as a result, they are 5-5 in the Big Ten. If the Big Ten tournament started today, Northwestern would have a first-round bye. They're in 4th all by themselves. You see the Hawkeyes at 5-3, and of course we know Illinois in desperate need of a win at 2-6. So as we head to our second half in Champaign, what are you guys watching for?
Iowa didn't play that great, even as far, and I'm not talking about just during the run. Even when they were up, they had 9 turnovers in this game. They weren't playing that great. So Illinois has a real chance here.
I think Iowa's sense of urgency. They didn't match the energy from Illinois. They have to come out and match that energy. If not, Illinois might walk away with this game.
They had the energy early. The execution wasn't necessarily there, but owning the offensive glass. But from there, it's been all Illini. Second half coming up with Eric and Steven. We'll see you afterwards.
As a quarterback, I know how it feels to be blindsided. But with the available safety systems in this Buick Verano, like side blind zone alert, now that's pass protection. And rear cross traffic alert. Hello. I feel like the whole team's protecting me in here. If you don't know the innovative Verano, then you don't know Buick.
Now get 2 years of scheduled maintenance when you lease or purchase any 2014 Buick Verano. And with 1.9% APR financing, it's a great time to experience Buick.
Okay, so what do you have?
Ryan, what do you think?
Lollygagging ain't for leaders. They're too busy making plays happen, answering the call, earning their big boy pants. Isn't it time to be the leader you were born to be? The playbook's right there, Captain. What's the call?
We'll have nachos, fried pickles, pretzels, buffalitos, honey barbecue wings, and waters all around.
Grab a seat. The game is on.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sport.
The most important element of a healthy ship is trust. Without it, a ship is doomed.
You're lying to them for their own good.
This will be the fight of our lives. But on the other side lies paradise.
Black Sails. Watch new episodes each Saturday on Starz or anytime with Starz On Demand or DirecTV Everywhere.
Can't buy me love.
The Beatles. One.
I'm in love with her and I feel fine. All you need is love.
27 #1 hits in one collection. Available now.
A real man isn't afraid to say he nurtures his skin. I nurture my skin. Shh. No, tell everyone.
Gold Bond Men's Lotion. Skin strengthening proteins plus 7 intensive moisturizers.
Man up with Gold Bond.
Welcome back, everyone. Halftime here at State Farm Center in Champaign. 40-36. Iowa on top of Illinois. Let's get you caught up. Take a look at the Kay Jewelers halftime highlights.
Well, Aaron White got behind the defense early to get the offense going, and Iowa came out dominant with their fast break and attacking the rim. Then the Illini, a couple freshmen, Malcolm Hill, Kendrick Nunn, really giving the Illini a spark off the bench, allowing them to close this 20-point deficit.
Take a look at the 5-hour energy first half stats. A furious comeback in Illinois. They're right back into it because they shoot 42%. They've made 4 of 7 3-point field goals.
They have 4 of 7, and they're going to have to keep that pace up, Eric, if they can't compete on the glass any better than they are right now.
We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll talk to one of the most influential people in the history of the University of Illinois.
I'm Carissa Thompson. We are less than 24 hours away from the boldest and coldest Super Bowl ever. Tonight, I'm on the red carpet for the 3rd annual NFL Honors Ceremony at the world-famous Radio City Music Hall. The NFL world has gathered in the most exciting city to celebrate this season's great performers and name this year's Hall of Fame class. This all leads up to the big game, Super Bowl 48. Coverage begins tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern, only on Fox.
Listen up, men. There's only one play this Valentine's Day. Women want chocolate. And which heart always wins the big game? The Sampler. Now get out there and score.
The Whitman Sampler, a perfect Valentine's play and a proud supporter of college lacrosse.
What is focus? It's a wondrous sensation of clarity and alertness. It's owning your opponent. It's knowing beyond a doubt you've got this. It's keeping your head down, your eye on the ball, and knocking it out of the park. It's getting in the zone. It's keeping on your toes, on target, on top. Focus is staring the world in the face and saying, bring it. Focus is power. Focus is life. And 5-hour energy is focus.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Big Ten Conference and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Big Ten Conference.
The University of Illinois basketball.
Getting ready for our second half. Before we do, take a look at our Firestone Complete Auto Care Extra Mile. How about Manny Jackson? Honored today. He donated $3 million of his own money to fund the State Farm Center renovation. There he is with University of Illinois AD Mike Thomas. Manny Jackson, a man of many hats. He was the first African-American basketball player here in Illinois. He was a terrific player, then became a terrific businessman, a CEO. This is a guy who owned the Harlem Globetrotters, internationally renowned. Manny Jackson spending the weekend here at your alma mater. First of all, congratulations. Just a wonderful opportunity to give back to your university. That's a big, big gift.
Well, thank you. Illinois is home. This university has meant so much to me in my life and career, and the people I've met, had an opportunity to work with. I just feel incredibly blessed to be a part of it. Thank you.
You know, you've been a trailblazer for guys like myself to come through and be the first African-American player here at Illinois. What does that mean to you in terms of carrying the torch here for guys like myself that followed you?
I think all of us have a level of responsibility to be responsible, to make good choices, to be role models. Because you're thinking about the next generation and young guys like yourself that come behind us. I always felt responsible to that. And I realized I looked to older guys when I was coming along that I chose to want to be like. And it meant a lot to me, so I can imagine with younger guys that it would mean a lot to them.
Can you paint the picture for me? Late 50s, you just deciding to come here and play basketball here. What was the factor, and why was this a welcoming place for you?
Well, I'll tell you one thing that we got to get back here again. The Illinois State Championship tournament was held here at Huff Gym. It meant so much to come back to this location where we played for the state championship. Every kid aspired to be in Champaign, Illinois. I did.
That's a great point. Now it's in Peoria, Illinois, and no knock against Peoria, but I played here in the state tournament. And you're exactly right, man. It means a ton.
There's nothing like it.
Yeah, to play here on this floor.
Nothing like it.
Manny Jackson, I can't let you go without one more question. You were done so many different things, seen so much of the world as a part of the Harlem Globetrotters, as a player and as the owner. What are you doing nowadays?
Trying to get out of these snowstorms as much as I can, but seriously, I'm doing a lot of volunteer work. I like philanthropy. I'm a part of 2 or 3 startup companies. I bet and coach and work with people. And a couple of them are doing very, very well, and I enjoy that. And I enjoy the opportunity to help build things.
Joseph Bertrand doing his best Manny Jackson impersonation.
About the game?
Sure.
I'm watching this game and I'm thinking, Illinois has no business being in this game, with respect. It's a battle of wills right now. If Illinois can sustain the kind of energy and focus they had for a few minutes to run, they can close this game out, but it's a battle of wills if they can hold on to it.
He would know. Manny Jackson, thank you so much for stopping by. Really appreciate the time.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And if you can hand me some of that elixir.
Thank you.
If you can hand me some of that elixir, I want to look 25 when I'm your age as well.
You guys are kind. Thank you.
That is Manny Jackson, one of the most influential alums here at the University of Illinois. Special weekend for him and the school with a $3 million donation for this renovation of the State Farm Center. This is Stephen Barno. I'm Eric Collins. Kendrick Nunn getting rewarded for his solid first half. He's on the floor here early in the second half. And Nunn throws it up and in. Oh, the freshman from Chicago may be coming of age.
Well, I think he understands the type of energy and effort that they need. They need to continue to attack. We talked about Illinois selling for a lot of jumpers early. Now they're starting to get to the rim.
Ravonte Rice does have 3 fouls, so maybe John Gross just being careful. Devin Marble gets inside, and the senior gets in the scoring column.
He's so smooth, Eric, in terms of recognition of when to penetrate, when to shoot the 3. Saw the crease along the baseline. Nice job by Marble.
Hard to believe that Marble with 20 minutes without scoring in the first half. Now Edgewood working against Olashaney. Can't get the roll. And Iki the offensive rebound. Fresh shot clock to the Illini. Abrams score the goal! Illini within 3. White. Olashaney, the stick back.
He's a warrior. We've seen him do it all first half. Gabe Olashaney getting on the glass and productive points once again for Iowa.
6'10" with energy off the bench for Iowa. Abrams in trouble, throws it away. White ahead of the pack. Easy 2.
And tell you what, this Iowa team, they're relentless. They keep coming. Marble can hit you. White can score anywhere on the floor. They're so long defensively, come up with deflections. And those live ball turnovers turn into easy buckets for the Hawkeyes.
White had 6 of the first 8 points for Iowa in the first half. Has been scoreless since. Shot clock down to 10. Iki.
Here's Iowa putting pressure on you once again. Make or miss, they like to run.
Couple of seniors doing work, Basabi and Bertrand. Now White thrown out of
Great timing by Nana Egwu on the help side defense. Because White looked like he had an opportunity to score, but none.
Oh, great pick and roll. Egwu off the 5 from none. 4 minutes into the second half. And what do we have? It's going to be Iowa ball after an official timeout.
Well, you talk about the Illini playing with some effort. Nana Egwu coming up with the block, and they're rewarded on the other end with a sweet give and go.
Let Quicken Loans help you save your money with a mortgage that's engineered to amaze.
Thanks, G.
Farming always looks forward. Introducing the Enlist Weed Control System, an advanced herbicide and trait system that will build on glyphosate for exceptional control of tough weeds. The next chapter begins.
A newborn screening test is a test for harmful or potentially fatal disorders that are not apparent at birth.
Early detection is vital to ensure that children receive the kind of timely intervention which will prevent disability or possibly even death.
Students at the University of Iowa recognized the need to spread this message and produced an educational video for hospitals to ensure proper testing for every newborn.
Our goal is to help the greatest number of babies who can have identified disorders receive the treatment and care right away.
There was nothing more devastating than learning my son was diagnosed with biotinidase deficiency. Because we caught it early, he has no symptoms. That simple test allowed our child to be healthy.
To be a part of something that's been able to change and improve the lives of so many people in the state of Iowa is a wonderful thing.
Basketball on BTN is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance. Protect what matters most with an Auto Owners Insurance independent agent. Find yours at AutoOwnersInsurance.com. And by Enlist Weed Control System from Dow AgroSciences, a new herbicide and trait system that will build on glyphosate. Welcome back, everyone. Excitement in the building here at State Farm Center as we take a look at our Auto Owners Insurance game leaders. Who would have thought that Gabe Olashaney would be leading this potent Hawkeye team with 13 points through the first 24 minutes.
And the most impressive thing to me is that he's 9 of 10 from the free throw line. Yet again, a center being that good from the free throw line, especially when Iowa was struggling to score from the field.
Adam Woodbury on the bench for Iowa. He picked up his third personal foul. Icky picks up that foul, his first. So the 5 on the floor for Iowa. There's Woodbury on the pine. Olashaney, McCabe, White, Marble, and Gazelle. McCabe left alone. Jalen Tate running the point over to Rayvonte Rice. Long three. 7 big points for the junior. McCabe.
Kind of surprised at Zach McCabe that time on that second 3 attempt. The first one I liked. The second one I thought was a little quick in the possession. We talk about Rayvonte Rice, Champaign native. Look at where that shot is right there. That's NBA range for Rayvonte Rice off the break.
That foul on Zach McCabe, his third. So McCabe goes to the bench, replaced by Jared Utah. Tate and Nunn remain in the backcourt for Illinois, with Maverick Morgan coming into the game, alongside Icky and Rice on that front wall. Here's Rice. Nobody stops the ball, but it's poked away. Rice gets it back. Offensive rebound. Finally, Icky with the left hand. And we're tied at 49.
Oh, my goodness.
Nunn throws it away.
Oh, great hustle.
Loses it.
Great hustle by Devin Marble.
Utah. This time able to finish. Oh, he's got that long frame, and he's able to go from one end of the floor to the other in 2 steps.
Are you kidding me? The action we just saw the last couple possessions, tremendous effort on both sides. Marble not giving up on the defensive end, neither did Kendrick Nunn, not giving an inch on the block.
And Utah blocks Nunn's shot. Icky able to help him out, though. That's a second tap back in the last 30 seconds. Icky and White with a facial.
Oh, my goodness. We're seeing high-level basketball right now. Kendrick Nunn.
Oh, man.
Freshman said, not here, not now. Great block. But Aaron White like, no, I'm not going to be another victim. I'm putting you in the bucket. Aaron White showing you much stronger than his body resembles.
Functional strength. This is normally where Aaron White makes hay. Gets to the free throw line frequently and shoots 85%. Lead is just 2 for Iowa. Hawkeyes haven't won here in Champaign since 1999. It's been their house of horrors.
Well, they're up against a desperate team here.
Aglow inside.
The Illini have figured something out here at the halftime break. They got to the basket at will here in the second half.
Marble hangs.
How did he get that back?
Incredible athletic ability by Marble. Lead is back to 2 for the Hawkeyes.
I have to contain my excitement over here. I feel like I'm a fan at a game. Both throwing haymakers.
Hawkeyes haven't lost 2 consecutive all season long. Abrams.
Isn't this amazing how both teams struggled to score from the field early on, and now both teams are hot?
Now Marble going to go to the free throw line. He was whacked across the nose. Malcolm Hill, the freshman. Personal foul number 2.
Once again, Devin Marble showing you that not only can he score and he's athletic and he's long, he's got a high basketball IQ because he recognizes the situation and then attacks.
For Marble.
Yeah, we needed a free throw to catch our breath. Boy, this is high level intensity here in the second half by both teams.
Hawkeyes have made 17 out of 20 free throws. 85%. Illinois normally infallible against the Hawkeyes here at home. Bertrand in trouble. Able to squeeze it out. Take now. Bertrand goes one-on-one. That's his game. Little floater from 8 feet.
Oh, my goodness. Cross at the top of the key, and Jared Uthoff looking to give some back. Iowa has a mismatch, or they did. Gabe Olashaney. Oh,
what a quick move by White. Faked one way, went the other, the up and under, off the window. 12 points for White.
And Aaron White's eyes got big as saucers when he saw the freshman Malcolm Hill switch over to him defensively.
And Hill is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. End-to-end action here at State Farm Center. It's heating up.
As a quarterback, I know how it feels to be blindsided. But with the available safety systems in this Buick Verano, like side blind zone alert, now that's pass protection. And rear cross traffic alert. Hello. I feel like the whole team's protected me in here. If you don't know the innovative Verano, then you don't know Buick.
Now get 2 years of scheduled maintenance when you lease or purchase any 2014 Buick Verano. And with 1.9% APR financing, it's a great time to experience Buick.
I don't just make things for a living. I take pride in them. So when my moderate to severe chronic plaque psoriasis was also on display, I'd had it. I finally had a serious talk with my dermatologist. This time, he prescribed Humira, adalimumab. Humira helps to clear the surface of my skin by actually working inside my body. In clinical trials, most adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis saw 75% skin clearance. And the majority of people were clear or almost clear in just 4 months.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal events such as infections, lymphoma, or other types of cancer have happened. Blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure have occurred. Before starting Humira, your doctor should test you for TB. Ask your doctor if you live in or have been to a region where certain fungal infections are common. Tell your doctor if you have had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have symptoms such as fever, fatigue, cough, or sores. You should not start Humira if you have any kind of infection.
Make the most of every moment. Ask your dermatologist about Humira today. Clearer skin is possible.
59-57, Iowa on top of Illinois. Stephen Bardo. Wow, it's been fun the last couple of minutes.
The last 4 minutes might be the best sequence we've seen in Big Ten yet, in my eyes. You saw the block by Nunn was tremendous. Now look at this. The effort by Marble to go get that ball past 2 Illinois defenders was simply hard work. And then the crossover, leaving a supporter on the deck there in terms of Bertrand, and then the up and under move by Aaron White. We're talking high-level basketball right here, Aaron. As good as I've seen all season in the last few minutes.
After the timeout, couple of free throws here from Malcolm Hill. We've had 6 ties, 1 lead change here in this game. At one point, Iowa up by 21. Hill a good free thrower at 78%. This is a guy who was a big-time prospect out of Belleville, Illinois. He finished 3rd in the Mr. Basketball this past spring. You may have heard of the 2 guys that finished ahead of him, Jabari Parker and Jalil Okafor, who may be the #1 high school prospect in the country this year. Marble on the wing. He's got Egu on him. Nowhere to go.
Great help by Malcolm Hill.
Marble still going to work. Blocked away by Egu. Oh, and coming back, Tate knocks it away. The energy here is just off the charts.
These 2 teams came in off losses. Iowa lost their last game. Illinois lost their last 6. But you wouldn't know it right now, the way these 2 teams are playing. Fans are on their feet. Obviously, they're cheering for their team, but they're giving respect to the Iowa Hawkeyes as well. These 2 teams are going at it. If I could switch knees with one of those freshmen over there on the bench, I'd like to get in the game, too.
After the held ball, possession arrow gives it to Illinois. Possession arrow now favors Iowa. 11 minutes and change remaining in this one. Tied at 59.
The zone defense of Iowa has given Illinois fits throughout this ball game. The length and them being able to close out on shooters.
Elbow jumper Hill.
Oh, give it to Woodbury. He had position there. You want to feed Woodbury when he has a chance. He does so much dirty work There you go. Let him touch the rock.
Sophomore. Throws it out with the left hand.
I'm telling you, Eric, you got to feed Adam Woodbury when he has position like that. 7-footer, he's not going to get out of this game. He knows what he does. He sticks within himself.
He'll get a lot of second-half playing time. Here's Abrams. Oh, the confidence soaring for the junior. It's a three-pointer, and the Illini have come all the way back to take the lead.
Oh, what a catch by Melson Basabe. I thought that was going out of bounds.
Windmill shot, no. Woodbury fighting for it, loose on the floor. And it's Illinois basketball.
Well, the Illini defense is swarming right now. In the first half, Iowa got all the 50-50 balls. Right now, Illinois coming up with their share. Getting on the deck, forcing a turnover. Their aggressiveness has been impressive here in the second half.
Abrams has made a couple of second-half jumpers. Shot clock down to 7. Rice bottled up. Bertrand. And a turnover. Marvel throws it out of bounds.
Possession before, excellent two-man basketball. Ravante Rice gets in the paint. Joseph Bertrand cuts right off of him. Sweet shovel pass for the easy deuce. The Illini rolling right now. You know, you saw hesitancy in previous games in this 6-game losing streak from Joseph Bertrand at times. Ravante Rice not scoring at Ohio State. When you're upperclassmen and you're struggling, Eric, there's nothing to lose. You got to lay it out on the court. You have to be aggressive. This is what the Illini are doing here in this half.
Abrams finds Rice. McCabe blocked away by Iki. Offensive foul.
Tracy Abrams gets in great position defensively to come over and help off the drive. And then Tracy Abrams gets the screen for Morgan, splits the D. Nice job of moving without the basketball with Ravante Rice. Watch him move without the basketball, right up under the bucket. Illinois starting to solve the zone defense of Iowa.
Last foul on Zach McCabe, his 4th. He goes to the bench. Basabe replaces him. Morgan, the screen for Abrams. And before the shot, a foul. It's going to be a grab on Oglesby, trying to stay in front of Rice. 3 fouls now on Oglesby.
Ravante Rice turns down the screen and roll. Feels like he can get past Oglesby once the shoulders are the same as his. He's able to pick up the foul.
And we've got a timeout called. Illinois having a hard time getting that ball in bounds. Timeout on the floor. Lead is 5 for the Illini.
A car that is able to see, to calculate, to think, and can respond to what it encounters, even if that means completely stopping itself. It's the stuff of science fiction. Minus the fiction. The 2014 E-Class, the most intelligent E-Class ever.
When the game is over, our team breaks it all down. The Big Ten finale presented by Reese's. In-depth highlights, expert analysis, and insights you won't find anywhere else. The Big Ten finale presented by Reese's. Tonight, only on BTN.
I don't just make things for a living. I take pride in them. So when my moderate to severe chronic plaque psoriasis was also on display, I'd had it. I finally had a serious talk with my dermatologist. This time, he prescribed Humira, adalimumab. Humira helps to clear the surface of my skin by actually working inside my body. In clinical trials, most adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis saw 75% skin clearance. And the majority of people were clear or almost clear in just 4 months.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal events such as infections, lymphoma, or other types of cancer have happened. Blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure have occurred. Before starting Humira, your doctor should test you for TB. Ask your doctor if you live in or have been to a region where certain fungal infections are common. Tell your doctor if you have had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have symptoms such as fever, fatigue, cough, or sores. You should not start Humira if you have any kind of infection.
Make the most of every moment. Ask your dermatologist about Humira today. Clearer skin is possible.
Welcome back to Champaign as the Illini enjoy a 5-point lead behind plays from their fifth-year senior, Joseph Bertrand. Sweet assist from Ravante Rice. Bertrand being very aggressive.
Here's tonight's Reese's perfect combination. Upperclassmen getting it done. Bertrand, 18 points. Ravante Rice with 9 points.
Both guys really doing an excellent job. And again, the low attempts from three-point land indicate the Illini are being much more aggressive, trying to get to the rim against this bigger and taller and deeper Iowa team.
Iki, wild shot, rebounded by White. For those of you just joining us, Iowa was up by 21 points in the first half. The 7:34 mark. Clemens, the screen from Olashaney. Marble. Yeah, that's what seniors do. Big three for Marble. He's got 9.
He's done that throughout the second half. Every time they needed a bucket, he can get to the rim. He can get to the free throw line. He hits a 3 now. That's why Iowa, ranked 12th in the country, is never out of the game.
Shot clock at 12. Edwu poked away by Basabi. 2-on-1. Olashaney with an athletic finish.
Well, Iowa turns live ball turnovers into buckets as quick as anyone in the Big Ten. Olashaney was under the basket defensively and beat everyone down the floor.
Tough catch, Iki. I think he missed that shot because the ball that he caught was at his ankles. Was out of rhythm. Tied at 66.
Nosan Basabi's got Iki on his back.
White baseline, had it knocked away. It'll be Iowa ball. Timeout on the floor. They'll say this about Devin Marble. He is a stone-cold clutch player. We're tied at 66.
I always say, be the man with a plan. But with less energy, moodiness, and a low sex drive, I had to do something. I saw my doctor. A blood test showed it was low testosterone, not age. We talked about Axiron, the only underarm low T treatment that can restore T levels to normal in about 2 weeks in most men.
Axiron is not for use in women or anyone younger than 18 or men with prostate or breast cancer. Women, especially those who are or who may become pregnant, and children should avoid contact where Axiron is applied, as unexpected signs of puberty in children or changes in body hair or increased acne in women may occur. Report these symptoms to your doctor. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions and medications. Serious side effects could include increased risk of prostate cancer, worsening prostate symptoms, decreased sperm count, ankle, feet, or body swelling, enlarged or painful breasts, problems breathing while sleeping, and blood clots in the legs. Common side effects include skin redness or irritation where applied, increased red blood cell count, headache, diarrhea, vomiting, and increase in PSA. Ask your doctor about Axiron.
Hey, what's up? I'm Bella Flores.
What up? This is Vinny Guadagnino. I'm Nick Cannon.
Hi, I'm Aziz Ansari.
That was your line.
You can help by joining DoSomething.org.
DoSomething.org.
That's why I'm teaming up with DoSomething.org.
Big Ten Super Wednesday presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Conference Player of the Year contender Nick Stauskas leads the Wolverines against Teran Penaway and the Huskers. Then, a big victory is on the line when Austin Hollins and the Gophers battle Tyrone Johnson and the Boilermakers. Big Ten Super Wednesday, presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Coverage begins at 6:30 Eastern with the tip-off show on BTN and BTN To Go.
Basketball on BTN is presented by 5-Hour Energy. Focus is the feeling of clarity and alertness. It's the feeling you get from 5-Hour Energy. And brought to you by State Farm. For auto, home, life, and banking, get to a better state. And by Case IH. Visit caseih.com/agronomic design. Well, I guess we shouldn't have been surprised. It's a 66-66 tie, even though Iowa had a 21-point lead in the first half. Fran McCaffrey's team, not a lot of recent success here at State Farm Center. They've lost 11 straight on the road against Illinois. Last time they won here was 1999. Before that, 1987.
Yeah, I happen to be a part of that 1987 loss. Up 61-39 to Iowa. In the second half, they came back and put it on us. 91-88. There's Jeff Moe, Roy, not Roy Devin, but Roy Marble.
Steele, Rice has got the ball. Straight to the rim. And a foul. Olashaney picks up the personal foul. That's number 3 on him.
I'm laughing a little bit. Malcolm Hill had a puzzled look on his face, like, why did I get the ball from Levante Rice? And I've got an answer for Malcolm Hill, because you're a freshman. You'll have your time. And right now, this is the time in Iowa's last game that they were struggling to score the basketball. How would they find some consistency on the offensive end for the last 6.5 minutes of this game? We've seen Roy Marble step up, but he's not going to be able to do it alone. Aaron White and Melsan Basabi, your upperclassmen, they got to step up.
And a travel called on Clemens. He was trying to get it to Marble. And there's a little bit of indecision. That took an extra step. You know, Marble landed awkwardly. He grimaced. Looked like he may have slightly turned an ankle. We'll monitor that. Freshman Tate running the point now for the Illini. Bounce pass. And almost a turnover. Tate saved it. Illini playing with 3 freshmen on the floor right now.
That shows you the confidence that Gross has in these players.
Shot clock down to 7. Hill. Extra pass. Tate. And Tate just absolutely slaughtered. And it's going to be a foul on Jalen Tate. He ran into Olashaney and gets whistled.
Looked like a pretty good call to me. He tried to chop down at Olashaney as a loose ball approach. Let's take a look. Right there, he's trying to chop down on Olashaney's leg. He initiated the contact. Good call by the official. Although the student section doesn't quite agree with me. Telling the officials how much they appreciated that call.
8 ties, 3 lead changes. And a foul going to be against Illinois.
It looked like Tracy Abrams got switched onto Olashaney. And yeah, it looked like Tate from that angle is a little bit different. But That's what happens. Bang, bang. Sometimes you get the call, sometimes you don't. Just got to keep playing. Right there, it looked like Tracy Abrams picked up the foul trying to guard Olashani in the post.
Clemens, the bounce pass to White. And White loses it. Bertrand stripped him. And a foul on Iowa trying to get it back. It's on Aaron White. Well, after the game, it's an all-new episode of The Journey, Big Ten Basketball 2014. We get an insider look into the Premier Basketball Conference and the people who live it. That's tonight, right after the game on BTN. Aaron White will be prominently featured. As you mentioned in the first half, cooks a lot of his own meals.
Yes.
Big believer in the stuff that you put into your body and what you need to do to perform at a high level.
Think about that now. He's in college. And most guys, he was reading about Ray Allen, other NBA players that changed their diet and what it did for their body. He's still in college doing this. And, you know, he wasn't doing it to lose weight or anything. He wanted to feel better, wanted to be quicker, be in better shape. And he's doing it, and the results speak for themselves with his numbers.
Well, Steve, you spent a little bit of time in the NBA. There are guys at the highest level of basketball, they'll pound 2 Big Macs and a couple Skittles and play a game in the NBA.
Oh, they will, and they're naturally gifted. But at some point, that wears off, and Aaron White, smart enough to understand, he's making the most of everything right now.
That last foul was on Melson Vasabi. They actually went to the monitor to make sure they had the right person with the foul and the right person shooting the free throws. So Rayvonte Rice, the 1-and-1, makes the first, he'll have another. 12 points for Rice. And the lead is now 3 for the Illini.
One shot.
Rice makes the 2 free throws. Gazelle, Olashani, McCabe, Marble, White, the 5 on the floor for Iowa. And a foul inside, trying to contain White. They call it on Bertrand. It's the 3rd foul on Bertrand.
Nice set play to bring Aaron White from weak side to strong side in the post.
That's now 16 fouls on Illinois. McCabe, great out-of-bounds play. Scores with the offhand.
Illinois is practicing that play because Iowa does so well on out-of-bounds situations.
Oh, bad pass. Hill almost turns it right over to Gazelle.
You see right now, Rose feeling a little bit more comfortable trying to get 50-year senior Leakey in the game as opposed to Malcolm Hill.
Yeah, right now Illinois playing with their starting 5. Abrams, Egwood, Iki, Rice, and Bertrand.
But look at Olashani contain the penetration.
Abrams poked away by Marble. It'll stay with Illinois, but only 4 ticks left on the shot clock. Time for John Gross to drop the play. So a timeout. Illinois got just 1 timeout left to work with 4:29 remaining. Let's keep it here and talk about some of the things going on around this great conference.
Northwestern is yet again today up at Minnesota, coming out with a win. Penn State, Nebraska, Northwestern. When have we ever said that? At the same time.
Oh, goodness.
And then 11 of the 12 Big Ten teams have wins over top 25 opponents. And they're going to start to eat each other up in the conference. And there's been a thought about that, Eric, that it's bad for the conference. That it's so balanced. And everyone except Michigan State and Michigan are eating each other up. But to me, if I'm a Big Ten follower, I'd like to see 5 teams that can advance to the second week or better than to have 7 teams flame out, half of them in the first weekend.
Of the NCAA tournament.
In the NCAA tournament, because at some point, how can you keep calling yourself the best conference in the country if you haven't won a national championship in 14 years?
Michigan State, the last team to do it. That's a great point. Oh, after the timeout, Egwood just misses the basketball. And a score and a foul. Marble has tied this game at 70, and he'll try and untie it at the free throw line.
That's what big-time teams do right there. They take advantage of a turnover, and they're off to the races. Gazelle, sweet bounce pass to Devin Marble. It doesn't get much better than that, Eric. Team has been struggling, trying to find some offense, some consistency, and they hit you with that live ball turnover, and they turn into points quickly.
This is going to be for the lead. Marble. We remain tied at 70. Abrams in traffic, comes up empty.
You see that again. A lot of teams will slow down right now, Eric. Still make or miss. Iowa's pushing it. They're trying to get up the floor, trying to get an easy opportunity.
Gazelle, quick first step. Oh, I think that may be blocked in by Iki.
I think he got a piece of that.
So the lead back to Iowa. Illini trying to regroup. 9 ties, 3 lead changes.
See, Rice didn't pull the trigger. 6'9" Aaron White closing out on him.
He's on him like White on Rice. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Oglesby.
Trust me, White's link bothered Rice on that attempt. And you finally got it in, Eric.
Marble hits the deck. Gazelle picks it up. Oh, wild shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
That's an excellent call right there. Gazelle starting to exert himself right here. Going to the rim, taking a little bit of contact, and got a little bit of help from John Iki.
Anyone can fall in love with a brand new car. But keeping that flame burning for over a decade, that is a beautiful thing. Right now at Firestone Complete Auto Care, when you buy 3 Firestone Champion HR tires, you'll get the 4th tire free. Whatever you drive a Firestone.
Headed out of town for those big away games? Then book a clean, comfortable room for the lowest price of any national chain at Motel 6. That's what you call a classic layup. Count it. We'll leave the light on for you. Official economy lodging partner of the Big Ten Conference.
Daddy, where does this come from?
Delving into their lineage, twins Chris and Cliff Paul discovered their ancestors invented the assist. In 1922, Clifford Paul inspired the very first State Farm agents to act like a good neighbor. While Christopher Paul had the idea to pass the ball in order to score. It was clear the gift of giving was in their genes. Allegedly. Nothing endures like the legacy of an assist.
If I don't bring home that box of chocolates, get used to sleeping in the doghouse.
We're talking trouble. Big trouble.
No love.
I gotta give her chocolate. It's Valentine's Day.
Don't give her just any chocolates. Give her Russell Stover chocolates with the famous Russell Stover bow.
This week on The Journey.
Iowa was searching for its first signature win of the season. They got it.
It's crazy. I'm down to 3 months. And I'm out of here. One of the things that's helped me be successful here are people like my sister.
Gary Harris. Definitely, I look at him too as a big brother. I've known him since I was 9 years old.
We would mess around like, what if I went to Michigan State and I go to Michigan, we're gonna be rivals. Funny thing is, that ended up happening.
Welcome back, everyone. 3:04 remaining. Absolutely nothing has been decided. The visiting Hawkeyes have a 2-point lead, in large part because of the work of Gabriel O'Shaney. He is our Motel 6 sixth man. All he did was get a double-double off the pine.
Again, he's not playing starters minutes. He's got 23 minutes on the game, and he's got yet another double-double. Tremendous effort from the big fella.
Couple of block shots, 5 offensive rebounds. What else do you want? Gazelle going to shoot a pair. Sophomore guard, surprisingly, shoots just 65% from the stripe.
That really got them in Ames, Iowa, where they were in control of the game against Iowa State. And he missed some crucial free throws in the last minute that allowed the Cyclones to come back and steal that one.
Starting five on the floor for Illinois.
Look at Marble deny the basketball to Ravonte Rice, disrupting Illinois' offense.
Bertrand against Oglesby. Tough shot. Oh, man. What a bucket by Bertrand. 1-point lead for Iowa.
Bertrand putting him in the popcorn pop of the night.
Skip pass, Gazelle. 2:20 remaining.
Nice double team.
And what do we have? A tie-up. Possession arrow keeps it with Iowa.
Bertrand notices Josh Oglesby one-on-one. Goes between the legs, uses his athleticism in the paint. That's a pretty move right there by Joseph Bertrand. Been very impressed with his aggressiveness on the offensive end.
He's been relentless. Game high 20 points. Fran McCaffrey trusting Melson Basabi and Josh Oglesby here. Two bench players playing during crunch time. Oglesby. Gazelle. And White can't handle the rebound, so it's Illinois ball down by a point.
I see Bertrand thought second against Aaron White. He knows he's got to get past him. He can't jump over Aaron White.
And a steal. Marble's got it. He's fouled and he scores. Chance for the three-point play for Devin Marble.
Talk about big men on campus. Comes up with the steal, crosses the defender over, gets to the rim, takes the contact. Look at the technique here. Watch his off arm to avoid the foul. Gets the steal, crosses none up. Strength at the hole. That's big man on campus right there. Devin Marble showing off here in the second half for Iowa.
And Kendrick Nunn will learn. If you're going to foul this point in the game, better get your money's worth.
Well, I think he tried, Eric, but he hasn't been in the weight room like Devin Marble has. There's a big difference.
Three-point play for Marble. The lead is 4. This is a Hawkeye team that had a lead of 21, and they lost it all. And now coming back. Iki.
Now, will Illinois foul here, or will they play out?
Illinois has fouled 9 times. Next foul puts Iowa in the double bonus. You don't want to foul Aaron White. He shoots at an 85% clip.
Thought maybe Ravonte Rice would have tried to foul Gazelle that time when he had the basketball.
Gazelle's actually the worst free throw on the floor for Iowa right now. Shot clock down to 7. Oglesby. Oh, Shaney gets the rebound. That's been the story of the night.
Yes, it has. His effort on the glass and Marble offensively. Been a tough combination.
Gabriel Olashaney has played tonight like the best big man in the conference.
I would agree. And he's got a reason to smile. He should be smiling. He's got great production. You see, you won't see Olashaney. He's out right here. He beats John Iki to the basketball. That's pursuit of the rock by Olashaney.
The reason we have a timeout, John Iki was just called for a foul. It was his 5th. So you get a natural timeout when a player has been fouled out of a game. Iki's done. He'll be replaced by Malcolm Hill. But we'll have free throws for the Iowa Hawkeyes, who already own a 4-point lead.
So, yet again, You want your upperclassmen to make plays. Old Shaney doesn't look like much. They're not going to show up a lot on the stat sheet, but that's huge. Up 4, loose ball, and he's able to come up with it.
2 free throws for Marble. Every one of Devin Marble's 15 points have been scored in the second half.
That's not uncommon for he and Aaron White to kind of do that. Have slow starts in the first half, but come on in the second.
Illini got to hurry. Down a half dozen. And a foul on Gazelle. Trying to take the ball away from Abrams.
Now, it doesn't look like much, but that's best-case scenario for Illinois. They have an opportunity to score without any time going off the clock instead of trying to rush and shoot a 3. I like the decision of Tracy Abrams to get into the paint and draw the foul.
Now, after these 2 free throws, for all intents and purposes, the shot clock's going to be off.
Right.
So Illinois is going to have to foul if they can't get a turnover. Take a look at the Buick game reset. Illinois has 1 timeout. Iowa has 4. Possession arrow is in favor of the Illini. And a substitution, none coming in, defensive reasons, replacing Malcolm Hill.
Now, right now, if you're Illinois, you give yourself about 3 or 4 seconds to come up with a steal. If you don't get it, then you foul.
Egwu called for the foul on Marble.
Wise decision by Marble. He saw the double team coming, and he picked Nana Egwu to go at instead of Bertrand because he thinks he can get by Egwu a lot easier than he could Bertrand. Yet again, heads-up play by Devin Marble.
Double bonus, 2 free throws for Marble.
And Fran McCaffrey beside himself on the sideline, trying to maintain his composure.
Lead is 5 for Iowa. Trying to win Champaign for the first time since 1999. Abrams, wild shot. Rebounded by White. And will go the other way and have White at the free throw line.
Abrams, he had a step there, but Gazelle closed quickly, forced a tough shot. White clears it up.
4 fouls on Bertrand. Say this for the Iowa Hawkeyes. They were getting fat. They're up 21 points in the first half. They gave every single point back, and yet they still finding the fortitude to win here in the last couple of minutes.
Because this isn't the same Illinois team that's been in a 6-game slide. This Illinois team has 74 points. They weren't able to score much over 60 in that slide. So this is a desperate team. Iowa did not fold. They got great contributions from their upperclassmen.
Illinois shooting 47%. That's a wild improvement over what they had been averaging in conference play. Someone's going to have to hoist. Abrams. Rice continuing to play. Blocked away by White. And that'll just about do it. Iowa going to avoid losing 2 in a row. Haven't done it all season long. They survive. Absolutely survival for the Iowa Hawkeyes.